What's up, visionaries?
What's good?
Welcome to another episode of Visions of Love and Relationships. I'm Tanya, and this is my wonderful husband.
Lamar.
And we hope everybody's doing well as usual. So, what's going on?
We did a video last week.
We did. No, this is actually our last week's video. We should have had our video done before today, but we did.
It is what it is.
So, the week before last, we discussed an intimate topic, which was booty duty. And for those of you who don't know what that is, it's just really what it says, being on booty duty. Which brings us to what we want to discuss today. Today we want to talk a little more on a topic that, can lead up to
More booty.
more booty.
Nah, that's a job. It sounds like a job.
It sounds like a job, but it ain't. I mean, because sometimes you gotta be on booty duty.
To build up the more intimate connections, man.
Yes.
Deeper connections.
Mhm.
So often we stop at that first level of intimacy,
Yeah.
which is physical intimacy.
Yeah, and a lot of times when we think of intimacy, we all think sex.
Yeah.
You can't say intimacy without people thinking
Sex,
sex, but
yeah.
it's so much deeper than that. So we're gonna have a conversation on that, and we're glad you're here to join the conversation.
Yeah.
We're gonna discuss 7 types of intimacy.
Yeah. That
All
will
right.
help you get closer, and actually when you do hit that physical part intimacy, it be so much more rewarding and fulfilling because you hit the rest of them parts of intimacy that goes into the physical part.
Yeah, and it's not like just all about yourself no more.
Yeah.
It's about
Yeah.
intimate
that
connections.
connection, and that trust.
Yeah.
And the more vulnerable you can get, the more intimate you can get. Because
Absolutely.
vulnerability is the key to more deeper intimacy.
Mm-hmm. But again, we know a lot of people don't even know about, that it's different types of intimacy. I mean, it's not really even thought about.
Yeah.
So without further ado, the first one I'm sure everybody know about, physical intimacy.
Well, maybe we should start by explaining what intimacy is.
Yes. I would
Intimacy
love
is
that.
like friendship, any kind of closeness, just intimacy can be romantic and non-romantic relationships.
Yeah.
Intimacy is just a closeness, the familiarity that we build with somebody that brings us closer together.
Mhm.
And it starts with, like you said, it starts with vulnerability, being vulnerable, so you can build trust with somebody to get more intimate with somebody.
Mm-hmm. All right. So yeah, great definition.
Mhm.
Again, intimacy is just not in relationships. It's friendships. It's it's just the intimate time that you can have. Okay, so the first type of intimacy again is physical intimacy.
Yeah.
All right, so with physical intimacy, it's like the basic level of intimacy.
Yeah. Touching,
Yeah.
cuddling, holding,
Yeah.
kissing.
Sex,
Yeah.
getting physical.
Physical
So it's
intimacy.
real basic. All right.
But it's also critical to a healthy romantic relationship.
Absolutely, and it could be somebody's love language.
Yeah, it could be. So
Physical touch.
yeah, it could be that first gateway to getting more vulnerable. I mean, to get more deep inside intimacy with that person might be physical touch.
Yeah.
See, as far as the woman's side might be, is the emotional side of intimacy.
Yeah.
But the man, his start is maybe the physical side of intimacy.
Right.
So you come in different doors, but in the end you're trying to meet the same goal.
Right. Physical intimacy also just shows a person how much you into them.
Yeah.
At times how much.
Physical attraction.
Yeah. How much physical attraction you
Yeah.
have with that person. So yeah, physical intimacy. It's intimacy. It's a
Yeah.
part of intimacy, but it's the basic level that most people.
Stop it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times, like I said, you get the lust involved with physical intimacy, so that's like the first level of intimacy. It's like
Mhm.
most people give your body before they share their thoughts and minds with you.
Absolutely. But you have to build that trust with people too, to have them open up. That's why we're giving you these 6 types of intimacy.
Yeah.
So, that's part of why. All right, so the next one is,
Most everybody know this.
yeah, and most women need this,
Yeah.
emotional intimacy.
Yeah.
So with emotional intimacy, it's moving. Of course, it's moving beyond physical. It's more empathy, active listening. Open communication.
Yeah.
Imagine speaking to somebody and they giving you their full attention. Especially if you're in a relationship or a marriage, and you talking and they looking you dead in your eye. That's intimate. That's intimate time.
Yeah. And that's one of the easiest things. One of the most intimate time that you can have to satisfy somebody's emotions is actually look at them. I think that's one of the things that a lot of people we falling short nowadays is actually giving eye contact. Some people can't even look you in the eye no more. They look down when they see you. When they walk past you, people starting to look down instead of being able to hold eye contact.
Yeah.
I know in some countries that might be like a
thing
that's illegal, but in America it's not.
Right. They're just on their phone. Walking past you on their phone. But truly, some people can't even take a walk without being on their phone.
Yeah.
They fake like they on the phone. I know this is a little off, but
yeah, but the phone is one of the biggest. No, it's not all because it actually did the right thing. Because the phone is one of the biggest breaker of emotional intimacy.
Mm-hmm. And to get to this, to the emotional phase, the person got to be able to trust you, and feel, they got to trust you and feel safe enough to receive and give that emotional
you gotta be vulnerable.
Intimacy.
You gotta get this is the physical. You don't have to be as vulnerable. But emotional intimacy, this is where you really gotta get vulnerable and sharing your emotions with somebody and trust that they won't throw it back at you and hurt you once you open up and get vulnerable and share your emotions with somebody.
Yeah, so a person definitely gotta trust you to even let you go there with them or go there with you.
Yeah. Because if you like I said, if you can't get past this where the person actually trusts you to be vulnerable with you, you can never really get intimate with somebody without hitting these first two stages.
Mm-hmm. So with the emotional intimacy, make sure you creating that space to where your partner or whoever feels safe enough to be able to tell you, how they feel.
Yeah, how they feel. Yeah.
And make sure that they trust you enough. Well, they're gonna have to trust you enough to feel like they won't get rejected or anything.
Well, it won't backfire. You get all.
Yeah, like you said earlier, they gotta feel like they can tell you something. In other words, they gotta feel like they can trust you with their secrets.
Yeah,
with
like their vulnerability.
Vulnerability.
Yeah.
It's kind of like having clothes off.
Yeah.
How we do if our clothes fell off, we're gonna hide ourselves.
Yeah. In the Bible, they said they was naked and they was afraid and they was vulnerable.
Right. So that's the feeling of giving out intimacy.
Yeah.
People hide themselves. They don't want people to see that, so they gotta be able to trust you emotionally to connect with you on that level.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's emotional intimacy.
And when your partner shares something with you, be there to receive it. You know what I'm saying? To be on that emotional side. Sometimes that emotional ear is just what it is, emotional ear.
Yep. So emotional intimacy.
If you can, like I said, if you can work on these first two stages, which is physical, emotional. See, like I said, both people come through different doors. The woman coming through the emotional side, the man probably coming through the physical side. So if you want to create more intimacy in your relationship for the man, you need to be coming through the emotional side first.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you think that another thing is just to know the person? Like you need to know, if you're in a relationship with a person, to know different sides of the person.
Yeah.
Like you might know how the person is happy.
Yeah.
With those emotions.
Yeah.
So you know how to come at them when they're happy, or talk to them. But you need to know how they are when they're sad, how they are when they mad.
Yeah.
That
goes with knowing your partner.
Yeah, those emotions. Those are all emotions.
Yeah.
That you got to deal with. So you can't fully say that you know a person in a relationship.
Until you experience every emotion that comes with the person. Yeah, I feel what you're saying.
Yeah. So you
that
really
comes from
got
good and the bad, the happy and the sad.
sad.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
True that, yeah, because things can change when a person's angry and stuff. Maybe you never made the person mad.
Right.
But you do something that triggers them, like, what the world? And all of a sudden you see that totally different side. It's like, oh, I didn't know that you had that side to you.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy. Okay. So again, that's emotional intimacy. The next type of intimacy is intellectual
Yes.
intimacy. Okay, and then intellectual intimacy, this revolves around like sharing ideas.
Stimulating the mind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So just imagine an intimate setting where you're having intellectual intimacy.
Yeah.
I'm sharing my thoughts and my ideas with you. You giving me some good feedback.
But see, this would be good. And back in the day, this was more obtainable. But see now, nowadays people on that phone so much, so they can't. It's hard to have intellectual conversation.
Yeah.
Even you go on a date, you got the person there on the phone. Really, to you really get their attention, you got to fight between the phone and to get their attention.
Right.
Cause they on the phone while they on the date with you.
Right.
Might be taking pictures and stuff.
Right.
So you got to fight to have the intellectual conversation with them while they're on the phone. You fight with the phone.
Right.
They're like, I got Google, and then they fact checking everything you say on Google.
Yeah, that's crazy about them pictures and stuff though. But that's true since it's such a social age where people can jump on their computer and all they want. Phone. All they want to do is take pictures. So that takes the intellect out of meaningful conversations that you're trying to have with somebody. Just imagine us talking and all of a sudden I pull out the phone because my food then came out and take a picture like, let me post this to the gram.
Just stop
or
the
something.
Conversation in track. Yeah.
So it's like, was you really even listening to me? Like, this is supposed to be meaningful conversation.
And even like I said, one of the best ways you can start the intellectual conversation too is just to not be doing that texting. Too many talking, too many couples text, and you never can have a conversation that what might lead to more talking conversation. Everything's always quick text, and a lot of times, me personally, I can't get everything I want in the text. I gotta talk.
Right.
And why I gotta talk? Because I can hear the voice, I can hear the sound of your voice, I can hear the emotions in your voice, and that brings up more conversation versus text.
Yeah.
Text and take the emotion out of talking to somebody.
Yeah, and the intellect.
Yeah. So if you want to have more intimate conversation, if you're somebody who texts a lot, let that texting go, man.
Yeah.
I would say don't even text. I actually don't text. I don't text you.
No.
Yeah. I might,
Like, why you ain't texting me back?
Nah, because I rather call. Even like my mama called, instead of me texting her back, I just pick up the phone to call because texting takes away the emotionality.
Not only do it take it away, but people just get the wrong idea. They can,
you can easily misconstrue the text.
Like, oh, why he mad? But he not. He just texting.
Yeah, and
you can't really get that raw emotion, that raw intellect through texting.
Yeah. So like I said, I would suggest that if you really want to have more intellect conversation, then take texting out of communication with your partner. Or I know the young folks like to do that, but I don't like texting.
Yeah.
You text a lot.
No, I don't.
To the kids though.
Yeah, that mean, cause they the kids. They
want to text all that. Right?
Yeah, or either FaceTime.
Yeah, FaceTime. Yeah, FaceTime. Like I said, I like FaceTime.
FaceTime is good.
Yeah. Well, I don't like FaceTime.
It's FaceTime. Yeah. You don't like phone, period.
Yeah. I don't really do the phone. Cause you right.
Yeah.
Everybody else is bored. Better catch me leave a message.
Alright, another part of intellectual intimacy is just, respecting each other's opinions about certain things.
Yeah, when you are having intellectual conversations.
Right.
Yeah.
Respect each other's opinions. Just because you see things one way, don't mean your partner or the person you're talking to don't have another opinion of it. Okay, so respect it and don't make it an altercation just because the opinions don't align, okay?
Yeah, and that's the worst part of when you are having intellectual conversation, when you guys are trying to get your intellect part, but you can't get nothing done because you keep arguing about each other's opinion.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be able, when you have intellectual conversation, this comes with conflict resolution. You got to be able to hear the other person, hear the person out, and be able to see eye to eye with their opinion. I feel your opinion and both pillars are valid, because when you have intellectual conversation, it's normally two people giving their opinion about a particular matter.
Right.
You can't have an intellectual conversation without both parties kind of giving their opinion. You
Right.
might agree, you might not agree, but both parties kind of have the intellect in the back and forth to actually have an intellectual conversation.
To agree, to disagree.
Yeah,
you
whatever
know,
be the case. But
so
in
to
the
speak.
end, y'all seeing eye to eye, and you know that y'all building that connection through intellectual connections.
Yep, intellectual intimacy.
Yeah, intellectual
absolutely.
intimacy,
Intellectual intimacy also deepens the emotional connection that fosters understanding and appreciation for each other's values and intellect. So yeah. Intellectual intimacy.
Yeah.
All right. So another type of intimacy is creative intimacy.
Yeah. Creative intimacy is like giving both parties a chance to express themselves creatively.
Yeah.
Whether it be
Creativity.
showing their talents, maybe they arts and crafts, maybe a person like to sing like my wife, or maybe somebody like me like to dance and stuff.
Really?
Oh my God, damn it, I do dancing.
Hit something for us.
No, because I gotta get my choreographers to help me do it.
Oh, you got glasses.
Nah, I can't do it. But any kind of creative side that you let your partner express, God, and you actually participating in with them in any kind of way you can, really builds up intimacy.
Yeah. So when your partner tell you that they like to go ride bikes and stuff, go ride bikes with them.
Yeah, it can be like
hobbies, passions. You know, anything creative. They might like to paint. You know, anything.
And that's all I'm about to say. The new thing we did. We did a paint set. Did we start it here?
No, we actually started it at Kings Creek.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did a painting set, man. I tell you what, you gotta make sure your picture's good. Good pictures.
Yeah.
We
did a paint by numbers.
Paint by numbers,
Yeah, but we sipped and painted too.
Yeah, we sipped and painted, yeah.
But it was by numbers, and we had a pixelated picture that we sent to them to create our paint by number picture. Oh,
it took about a year to paint that picture. We did it though.
Yeah, we did it.
I don't know what they be doing. I don't think they be physical level going to paint set.
What?
They can't be. They really got a good picture. You gotta have a good picture. If you want to you can do the paint by the numbers. You can order a little thing online, which is a nice creative thing to do.
And I would say make sure you don't got like trees and stuff in the background.
Yeah.
We had to do all the trees. We had a whole full background.
Yeah, less is best.
Yes.
Yeah, so sipping, paint, anything creative like singing. We do sing, like I said, my baby do sing, she like to sing, so sometimes I might get on the track or come in there and sing with her. I hate to do that because I blow out the way, you know what I'm saying, too much, but...
Yeah, he's pretty good. Yeah, he's a good one. Absolutely.
Creative intimacy. And we have intimate times when we do sing together, like me, when I jump over you, helping you sing, I mean, that's an intimate setting that we share, jumping on your creative side. When you dance with me, that's
I hate to dance with him because I be out doing them, so I be like, okay. But nah, yeah. Creative intimacy. As you can see just by us talking about it.
Yeah.
It makes us happy.
Yeah.
Alright, so the next type of intimacy is experimental intimacy. And that's kind of, it's kind of the same.
Yeah.
But it's like, things that you've experimented before. You can talk to your partner about them, and then y'all can experience things together.
Yeah.
Like trips.
Yeah,
like vacations.
We are right now on the vacation. We're actually doing some experimental right here. Yeah. We like to take trips, create memories, trying new foods. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Maybe going different places and trying a new yoga class or something different that you have never did. Life is and relationship are always growing. The more you can keep experimental things inside that relationship, like I said, trying new things, keeping things exciting. Experimental things, that means you're always trying something new. You're always experimenting with things. and relationships get mundane, then they start to go downhill. And intimacy start to go downhill when relationships start getting mundane. When you stop, like doing experimental things.
Yeah.
Maybe not having sex. I mean, even maybe that experiment might be not having sex in the same place all the time.
Yeah, that's experimental.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's also in the Bible. I can't quote the scripture. but I know it talks about a new thing. You know, like doing new things, like not looking back.
Yeah, keeping everything fresh. Yeah, keeping it fresh, and that comes with keeping it fresh with experimental. Yeah, like I said, just keeping things new, man. You always pulling something out a rabbit out the hat or something.
Yeah.
But the more experimental, the more, like I said, emotional, intellectual, creative, and experimental intimacy you can put inside your relationship is going to help you get a whole deeper level. You're going to hit that next realm of intimacy.
Mm-hmm.
And when you do have physical intimacy, it's going to feel so much more rewarding because you got that person not just hitting you physically, but they hitting you mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. I mean, everywhere they hit you everywhere.
Yeah.
So if you think you having deep intimacy now, you should wait till you actually implant all these inside your relationship.
Mm. And
that was what experimental was number 5.
Yeah, well, just experimental. But again, with experimental as well, you can also like invite some close friends over or do something with some close friends. Mm-hmm. You know, get out.
Yeah, because it's just not romantic. It's just not romantic. I mean, physical is also non-romantic relationship too.
Right.
Yeah, that's with friends too. Yeah.
Yep. So what I'm saying is like double dating.
Yeah, double dating. Yeah, that's a good experiment. And actually,
because you get to see what some other couples do. You know, might be something that they do. Yeah. Fresh that you're like, I'm gonna try this.
But don't get judgmental and start comparing your relationship with somebody else.
No. This
is
experimental, not judgmental. Okay. There's no judgmental intimacy.
Yeah.
All right. So the next one is one of my faves. Spiritual intimacy.
Spiritual intimacy.
Yes, and spiritual intimacy goes beyond religious beliefs.
Yeah.
Okay. It's shared values, shared beliefs, and a sense of purpose, of meaning in life.
Yeah. That's all. I mean, you got the spiritual side and your personal side. Mm-hmm. Which is more like meditation and stuff. Like, I mean, meditation.
Yeah.
Yoga, you know what I'm saying? All this is kind of like personal things that's not spiritual. All that plays into effect with industry, like meditating together. Mm-hmm. Like we do tapping together, which is the acupuncture and stuff. We do that at nighttime, sleep time. I mean, in the morning time sometimes, but that's a meditation type intimacy.
And with that meditation, if you're not used to doing that, just ask your partner some questions. Get into it. Get into, maybe y'all got different spiritual beliefs, or you don't believe in meditating or whatever. Yeah. Ask them some questions about that meditation. Yeah. That makes you involved.
Yeah.
And,
so you can get into it. The more things y'all can do together.
Yeah, and it also gives them the sense that you into them. Yeah. Like you thinking, I'm really. I'm excited that you asking me about my spiritual my spiritual side, and you're not even, let's say, a Christian. You might be a Muslim, but you asking me, about my spiritual side, and I can invite you to church. You can invite me. We just be open.
You'd be surprised. Like I said, I do believe some couples do not even talk about the spiritual side. I mean, they might go to church, but as far as you going to church with this person, you didn't even ask him about his spiritual belief. He was like, I never went to church.
Right.
I'm actually ain't a Christian.
Oh,
I just go to church because family goes.
Right. Right. That's crazy, but yeah.
But that's why it comes with talking to find out, getting to know the spiritual side of the person, because like they said, they might not be the Christian.
Right. And that right there, that should be nipped in the bud early. Yeah. Because if you a woman out there looking for a Christian man or vice versa, then you gotta know that the person that you dating is what you looking for. Yeah, like if you looking for a Christian man or a Christian woman, make sure that that's something that you done talked about.
Yeah,
Like,
because
at least you know.
You mess around and meet somebody who halfway in, but even though sometimes you would be unequally yoked, but still, I mean, you can. Religion doesn't necessarily is a killer.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So the last one is going to be crisis intimacy.
Yep.
And crisis intimacy refers to the ability to support your partner during like trying times, like when they grieving or
mother died, father died, or something.
any kind of grieving or adversity, any kind of crisis. You got to be able to be there for them. Okay, because it involves being there for your partner emotionally, providing help, and showing resilience as a team.
Yeah, and that you also got to be there physically too when you helping them out through a crisis. Yeah. And if this stage right here, the crisis stage, if you don't pass like that intimacy, the crisis intimacy stage, that can make or break a relationship. Yeah. I saw plenty of relationships fall because the person just didn't support them when they peoples died. Yeah. They was expecting them. Sometimes we expect people to grieve and be over things more quickly, but everybody grieves and takes longer for people to heal than others. Right. So when in the crisis stage, we got to realize that we can't be trying to like push things along faster. We just need to be there to support the person during those stages.
Let them get over it.
Yeah. And
in due time.
And just being there to support the person is a very intimate set. It's an intimate setting because sometimes they need physical touch, be touching their back and rubbing on them and stuff, letting them know it'll be okay. And you need emotional. Yeah.
You just need somebody to be there.
Yeah. During the crisis stage.
Yeah, definitely don't walk away from them. If it's somebody you love, you definitely want to be there during the crisis. For crisis intimacy. Okay, and a lot of times, well, I ain't gonna say a lot of times, but there has been times where people can actually be taken advantage of too. Some people try to be there for them intimately, like while they're going through crisis, just to have that physical intimacy because they know they're going through something.
And see, that's why a lot of people,
vulnerable.
And that's why a lot of people do get in an intimate setting during the crisis stage because they do be vulnerable. Yeah. And that person just happened to be there, that shoulder to lean on when they're at their most vulnerable state, which is the crisis state. Yeah. Like sometimes the most vulnerable time people will be is in the crisis state. Yeah.
So, with that said, don't take advantage of people, you know, when they're in that crisis stage. Just be there for them emotionally.
Like I said, it goes to romantic relationship and non-romantic relationship. So as a friend, you can be there for your person.
Right. And for the other person dealing with the crises, try to be a little there to know that you don't have to give up your body or anything, do anything you don't want to do to try to help you feel better.
Yeah, because
it's a temporary fix. Yeah. And most of the times, the person who's there to cry, he didn't mean to do it. Yeah. It's not even a person that you. Yeah. It might just be a friend. It might be a person that you didn't even
but
mean
they
to
caught
do
you in
it
a vulnerable state. Yeah.
Yeah. Or somebody you dating who showed you a little love, and so you feel obligated to, do that. Have physical intimacy. But anyway, that's about it for the seven types of intimacy. We hope that we was able to shed some light on intimacy again, because a lot of people think that intimacy is just physical, like sex, but incorporating all types of these types of intimacies into your relationship
on a weekly basis.
Yeah. Hopefully
we don't want to go through the crisis stage,
right?
Because but all the rest of the 6, hopefully we can touch these on a weekly basis. If you can implant these,
yeah, it would definitely. I feel like it's helped in our relationship. Definitely, especially the creative and experimental. Yeah, all that it helps, and the emotional. Yeah, all of them, all of them. So just understand and nurture these 7 types of intimacies.
Yep.
You was gonna say something?
I'm gonna say most of this intimacy, it really plays its part when you're married. I don't know about all that shacking up stuff. Yeah. But when you're married, this type of intimacy plays to build a deeper connection that you have not seen. If you can implant this, then you really think your relationship is you connected now. Wait till you start tapping all these intimacies, all this levels of intimacy inside your partner on a daily, weekly basis.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's been real. This has been another episode of Visions of Love and Relationships. Thanks for joining the conversation. Feel free to like, comment,
Share your thoughts
share.
below.
What is intimacy to you? What does that look like to you? And which type of intimacy would you like to see more in your relationship? And if you do think of one that you would like to see more and that you're not getting, talk to your partner about it.
Because communication is the best way to open up more intimacy. It's the start of intimacy, communication.
Yeah. Alright. So, they had vision and together they built a life that they love.
Go
Go
big.
build.